Next up, we got Slim. Rayquan Taylor, number 5. Like we mentioned earlier, signed with Austin P. Earlier was committed to North Alabama, decommitted from North Alabama. Ended up signing with Austin P of the OVC. Austin P wins the OVC just about every year, so that's a heck of a signing for them. Let me tell you something about Slim's game that I've really, really, really been impressed with from watching him play over the years. Because we at one time had our hands on Slim. He was at Lanier when we were at Lanier. We had him. He ended up transferring to Carver. But let me tell you something that I really like about his game that he added over the summer.
What's that?
He's able to stretch the floor.
Yeah.
He added a 3-point jump shot. And not just I will shoot this, but I will shoot this and make this. Mm-hmm. And for a big guy at 6'10", who's a hell of a shot blocker. I mean, he's slight of build. He's light in the pants. However, he is a hell of a shot blocker. He covers a lot of range in the paint on the defensive end, but he's able, on the offensive end, he started to be able to step out and make jump shots. Now, I will say this. What I do not like, at 6'10", he does not score with his back to the basket. And that may be a bout of, I need to get in that weight room and get stronger. But on this level, on the high school level, he may not be a back-to-the-basket player moving on, projecting forward when he gets to Austin P and beyond. He will never be a back, but on this level, you should be dominating at his size at that position. You don't have to be a down-low player. You don't have to be a back-to-the-basket block player, but you should be able to go down to that block and score over whoever you're playing against on this level, because that can help your team win if you control the paint.
He's got to understand that. He should be a 20 and 10 guy every single night. And because of what you just said, because if you watch Slim play, he plays way above the rim. You can be a guard and come down and just throw it up towards the rim, and he's going to go get it,
period,
and put it in the basket.
Yes.
But like you say, and over the summer, I even saw it. He's even added a little where you can stretch, put it on the floor 1 or 2 times and get his shot off. But like you're saying, not being able to score at a consistent rate with your back to the basket really puts your team at a disadvantage, because we can't really throw the ball in the post and get a bucket when we need to get a bucket. And at 6'10", there are not a lot of teams that are around here that even have anybody 6'5", 6'6" in the paint. Mm-hmm. So you should be able to go get 10 to 12 points on a nightly basis in the paint. And now when you stretch the floor and shoot the 3 and get the block and run the floor and get the big dunk, those should be things that to add to your game. So that's something that he really needs to look at and understand that, like you said, at this level, right now in high school basketball, I need to add that. And by adding that, he's going to add even more value to himself when he gets to Austin P. Because I look at the NBA now, I look at the college game now, and guys are stretching the floor, but one of the best bigs in college basketball right now is Bassey at Western Kentucky. And he scores with his back to the basket.
And listen, the best big in the college basketball is Luka Garza at Iowa. Right. And he giving you 37 and 18.
Right.
And all his points are back to the basket.
Right.
So, that is still valued, and with his size and athleticism, that would be an added thing to his game that he should really try using more often. Because you watch him play, he'll go 10 possessions and won't even hit the block. Everything. And I understand Carver wants a certain kind of offense, a certain system, and they run a lot of pick and roll with him up top because he's such a good lob catcher. He does do a good job at picking and rolling and catching in traffic and finishing. But however, when the game slows down and you're not in that high-paced game where you can get that secondary transition pick and roll game or half-court pick and roll game, you want to be able to throw that thing into him on the block, be able to play around him and open up those shooters, like another guy on this list that we got that was coming up in Jalen Sellers, that helps him get space and score in the mid-range and knock down jump shots.